So when you are starting a business
I'm starting a business.
or you're expanding your business,
David expanding his business.
there's different ways that you can look at things, right? Like you have to see in your mind, like you have to visualize
Shh! Visualize it, Bert.
what can go right and what could go wrong. Like if you're expanding, right? If you're starting or expanding a business, you have to think like, okay, how is it that the business can go right and how is it that the business can go wrong, right?
What's wrong?
And what could go wrong is always available. Anything in a business can go wrong, right? You just have to prepare for it, right? You just have to mitigate for what could go wrong. So number one is you want to think like an investor. Like an investor, before invest money into the business, into your business, or a bank puts money, lends you money. If you want to take an SBA loan or a bank loan or an investor's money, they are going to ask you a lot of questions, right? And you have to answer them. If you don't answer them properly, no one is going to invest in your business and no bank is going to lend you the money.
The banks aren't lending.
Right? So you have to think like an investor. So you have to have a framework that you can answer and go like, okay, these are the things that could go right in the business. And it could go right because A, because B, and because of C, right? But also you have to answer what could go wrong.
What went wrong?
And then you go on the other side and you say, okay, the business can go wrong because of the business. Then you go to the other side and you're like, okay, the business can go wrong because of A, because of B, and because of C. These are the reasons that the business could go wrong, right? And if you have an answer for those, then you mitigate the risk, right? Basically, you can manage the risk because you know how it could go wrong and then you can just manage it.
Oh no, there's no risk.
The second thing that you want to consider when you are starting a business or expanding the business is like you have to do the right research, right? You have to research what you are doing. You have to research what you are going to be doing. Research for now and research for the future. And sometimes you have to hire experts, right? You have to hire consultants.
Sales consultant.
You have to, go to seminars, you have to read. You have to read publications, you have to buy publications and so forth, right? So it's like Warren Buffett. Like Warren Buffett is reading pretty much 8 hours of the day. So he's actually researching. And he's researching for good ideas, like good investments. He's trying to deploy $140 billion worth of money, worth of capital, right? So as he's researching, he's looking for good ideas. And the bad ideas are, okay, so this is not gonna give me a good return.
Real bad idea.
This one could give me a good return, but these are the risks. And I do not understand the risk. Therefore, I'm not gonna invest in that company, right? So you have to research in your business plan framework. You have to understand that you have to do research. And the third aspect that you want to consider when you are expanding or starting your business is you have to have the right team. You have to have the right people working with you. I'm gonna give you an example. So, I love Michael Jordan, right? I just love Michael Jordan. I grew up watching the Chicago Bulls in the 90s playing great basketball. It was just like nothing else watching him play and watching the Chicago Bulls play. It doesn't matter if it was the first three-peat or the second three-peat, right? And if you watch, The Last Dance, the special a couple of years ago, you see the mindset of this player, right? But I'm gonna give you another side of the coin. So Michael Jordan, he played for a number of years without like going into the playoffs or without like passing the first set of playoffs. Like he could score 40, 45, 50 points a game. But when he gets to the first round of the playoffs, he would not even get there, right? They will get eliminated. Or if they get to the first round of the playoffs, they will not pass the first round of playoffs, right? And the main reason for that is because he didn't have the right, not only mindset, but he didn't have the right players with him. He didn't have the right team members with him. It wasn't until Scottie Pippen joined the team, that they got better. It wasn't until Phil Jackson was hired as a coach in the late 80s that they got better. And then the second year, they actually got better and then they won. And then they won again and then they won again, right? And they got better because they had the right team, but also they had the right coach, right? And the coach had a great players, but also had one of the best players ever. But they created a system, the triangle offense, right? And the triangle offense allowed them to actually pass the ball, right, in a way that found the best player to shoot the ball and score. It just created efficiencies, right? So, and they won what, 6 championships. Phil Jackson went to the Lakers and won 5, 3 with Shaq and 2 with Kobe, right? But then again, it's because he had the right players, the right teams, the right coaching systems, and the right way of playing the game. So if you're a business owner or you're expanding the business, you have to make sure that you cannot do everything by yourself. You have to have the right players in the right positions in the right management systems, right? And this is a bit of a trial and error, right? No one gets it perfect from the get-go. You have to
No one's perfect.
make improvements as you go. But remember, you have to have the right players in the right positions, and you have to try, and you have to try again, until you get better, right?
Try again.
So number 4, once you have the right people in place, you have to make sure that you have the right runway in order for you to be able to invest the right capital on people and systems and assets, marketing and so forth. Meaning, in order for you to start your business, in order for you to have someone invest in your business, a bank lend you the money,
a can't miss business investment,
or you be ready to expand your business into another line of business, you have to have the right amount of money. Otherwise, things are not gonna work, right? In order for you to attract the right talent, you have to compensate the talent.
Pay me!
In order for you to do the right marketing costs, right? So you have to spend the money, right? You have to have the right coaching, and you have to have the right things in the right place. And all those aspects of the business cost capital, cost money.
That's a lot of money.
So you have to make sure that you have the right capital structure of the business, or the right amount of cash flow coming in order for you to invest and keep investing and keep expanding. Remember that mistakes are gonna cost you money, and mistakes are gonna give you a learning experience. Mistakes are gonna give you what I call tuition. You're gonna learn by mistakes, and that's gonna cost money, and you're gonna get some scars, and you're gonna get some painful situations, but that's what's gonna make you get better in the game. Number 5, once you then have the right systems in place, right? The right amount of capitalizations, the right amount of people, the right target audience, the right people that you're delivering your service and your product to, then you present. You present to them your services, your products, your solutions, right? And then you reiterate, and you keep on adding value, right? So once you add value, you have a satisfied client, right?
I'm satisfied.
And there's nothing like you earning a profit by having someone that is actually satisfied with your product and your service. Nothing better than that, right? And if you make money, that's even better.
Money.
And then you have what's called the network effect. Basically, you have a referral, and then you have another referral, and then you have another referral. As you have more clients, or you sell more products, or you sell more services, then you have to make sure that you have the right framework in your business that can sustain the growth. You can keep on growing, and then you keep on expanding. Those are some of the lessons that I've learned here in business, right? In the 12 plus years that I've been in business, working with different entrepreneurs, different business owners, investors, globally, in different places, different industries, different sectors. And these are some of the experiences that I've had and that I wanted to share with you. Again, my name is Victor Delerme. I'm a CPA, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.